Justice with Judge Mablean will be life because in everything we do, it involves the law.
Where's your witness?
In the evidence.
That's hearsay.
It's notarized.
I still say it's hearsay.
She's fair.
You gotta help these young men learn how to do this the right way.
Yes, Your Honor.
She's firm.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
No, I don't need to say anything else.
She's honest.
I'm not your child and I'm not your friend. That's the order of the court. Goodbye.
This is Justice with Judge Mablean.
In the matter of Tyree Miller versus Simon Ralph, you're suing him for $6,000 for unpaid wages from a boxing contract. Well, really not wages, but unpaid money, because you didn't work for it. Well, wages from a boxing contract. The defendant, your defense is, I don't owe him anything more. I provided the exposure and other compensation. Well, let me see what the judge has to say, and I will say it after I hear from you, starting with you, Mr. Miller.
Hi, Judge. So my name is Tyree Miller. Pretty much, I'm a backyard boxer. I'm from Miami-Dade, Florida, and I got into boxing because, you know, the area I grew up in was pretty rough. I used to like run the streets, robberies, selling drugs. I went to jail a few times, actually. And one of my closest friends that I was hanging around, he actually went to do a home invasion and got shot and killed. So, you know, that kind of spooked me, and immediately I felt like I had to, you know, find a different path in life. And so, you know, just out of nowhere, I started, you know, boxing.
I want to commend you for finding a new path in life.
I'm trying.
Yes, it was time, and I'm glad that you learned the lesson and that you learned from your mistakes and changed your ways. So many young people, even older folks, see all of that, experience it, know it, but still keeps doing the same old thing. So I'm glad you learned that if I keep doing the same thing, I'm gonna get the same results, but let me do something differently. So I applaud you for that.
Thank you, Judge. Yeah, I was just trying to, you know, find a different path in life because I seen a lot of people that came from my neighborhood just heading in the wrong direction.
Right.
And I didn't want to keep being on that path. So, you know, there was this dude in my neighborhood that, you know, we ended up getting into it and we just fought in my backyard. My brother was recording it and he posted it on social media.
Fight. You're talking a little too fast for me.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we got in a fight and it was
in the backyard.
Yeah, in the backyard.
A real fight.
Yeah, a real fight with this dude that used to bully me in high school. And my brother was recording it and he posted it on Instagram and it got like a few million views. And so from that point on, people started, you know, showing up to the house and, you know, paying $20 just to come see us fight. And
you and the same guy?
Oh, no. Different people started challenging me. And so it's just been different people. And people show up every time paying $20 to get in.
So people would come and challenge you to fight?
Like Instagram, they would probably come in person sometimes, just different things.
Really?
Yeah, and so that's what I've been doing for the past 3 years, and that's how I take care of myself, my family.
How you get paid?
Yeah, people, they pay $20 to get in the different fights, just to see us.
People come to your house to see you fight somebody, and they pay $20 for you to fight somebody in the backyard.
Yeah, and we fight at different, like, social media mansions and
social media mansions?
Yeah, like
what
influencer houses and stuff.
There's social media mansions?
There are. There's a lot of money on social media.
Set up just for people to fight and do other things?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, my God.
So that's what I've been doing the past few years.
And that's legal?
It's legal for us, I guess.
I mean, but you rent the mansions and people know that it's going to be a fight and you're going to have people to come and watch it like it's a prize fight in the backyard. But it's, instead of an arena, it's somebody's yard.
Exactly, and you know, usually we have to fight in the backyards because of my criminal history in my past. A lot of gyms in my city, they don't let me box there, so I have to, you know, I just had to work with what I had.
So you aware of this, Will?
I've seen things like this on the internet before. It's obviously not like a, you know, there's state sporting commissions that sanction fighting, and this is outside of the you know, the legal system of that. But it's, you know, it happens.
But it's a big deal.
Yeah, it definitely happens.
Oh, wow. People earning money all kind of ways.
All types of ways.
Ooh, I'm so out of it. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so go on, educate me some further. Keep saying it.
So, you know, I've been fighting, like I said, for 3 years, and there was this promoter, Mr. Ralph here. He reached out to me saying that he had an opportunity for me to have a fight out in Vegas. And so, you know, he had his assistant reach out, and then they came and checked out one of my fights. I ended up winning that fight, and from that point on, you know, we set up the stuff for Vegas, and I told him I would need my team to come with me, my videographer, my mom,
Wait a minute, you got a whole team?
I got a whole entourage of people that help
You
me.
trying to be a real fighter. You got the whole game
I'm trying
going,
to.
entourage and all.
Yeah, I mean, the whole goal is to just concede.
So who do you have on this entourage team? A videographer?
Well, yeah, my mom helps me manage. My brother's my videographer. I have a trainer, a coach, and just, different people around me that help try to keep everything going. Because I have over like 150,000 followers on Instagram, so I just have to keep everything running.
So what kind of money do you earn doing this?
I probably make like $5,000 for each fight.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, so now this promoter came, the defendant, he watched you fight. He offered you an opportunity to come and fight in Vegas. And he observed you fight somebody and you won that fight?
Yeah, him and his assistant came and checked out one of my fights, and I won that. And then from there, we started talking about setting up the fight week in Vegas. And I told him, like I said, I needed my whole team to come with me because that's just how I roll.
Okay.
But when I saw him in person, he said that he would cover like anybody I needed.
So your evidence.
I mean, it's in the contract as well. Where he
Okay,
said
well, let me see the contract because
Okay.
that statement doesn't say it.
Coming up on Justice with Judge Mablean.
I can't control what the reason why the airline would be delayed.
Which means that he can't control why he was late.
can't,
you chose
but,
the airline.
But at the same time, he was supposed to be in Las Vegas even
You
before
chose
that happened.
the airline.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Tyree Miller, who is suing Simon Ralph for breach of contract.
Promoter will arrange and cover economy class round-trip airfare and hotel accommodations for the fighter, plus up to 6 entourage members. And this is where you got stuck. But if the total cost of the entourage travel and lodging exceeds a reasonable threshold, that's no specific dollar amount.
it didn't put it.
And what's a reasonable threshold is left to the interpretation of him, since he's the promoter. Fighter authorizes promoter to deduct the documented excess from the purse. Fighter agrees that travel logistics must be coordinated with the promoter.
Yeah, and he told me that he would set up the rides, and he
Well,
never
that's
did
not
that.
in here. It says travel logistics. That's where he left, he specifically stated room, lodging. He specifically stated airfare. But then when he got down to getting there, he said travel logistics shall be coordinated with the promoter. It doesn't say that he's going to do it. That's why reading is fundamental. And now, did you do the fight?
Yeah, so I did the fight. I won. And he said that I was promised $8,000, and it's in the contract saying I'm promised $8,000 if I complete the fight. But once the fight was over, he handed me an envelope. And when I was getting my stuff and I headed to the car, I started counting the money that was in the envelope, and it was only $2,000 and some change, and it was not the $8,000 that he promised me. So that's the whole issue. That's
You
why
know
I'm here
why?
today.
You know what? You know where he got you? Under this part that says, if the total cost of the entourage exceeds a reasonable threshold.
I don't believe it's an unreasonable threshold.
Right, that's left to interpretation, whether it was a reasonable or unreasonable. So what is your total travel expense? What was your total travel expense?
I know he has the receipts to everything.
Okay, back
I
over to
think it
you.
was a
What
few
was the
thousand.
total cost of travel?
My total cost of travel, I spent over about $5,000.
Your total cost?
My total cost, Your Honor. That came out of my pocket.
So you mean, okay, but it's what you paid. I'm asking what was the total cost of travel for him and his entourage?
For the plane, it was over $2,600.
Okay, and that's airfare.
That's airfare.
And what was the hotel?
The hotel, I believe, was over $1,200.
Why you saying over? You have a receipt?
Yes, I do have the.
Okay, give me
I do have
extra.
that.
I don't need over because I'm not gonna go this threshold game with you. I want to
It's
see the
airfare,
numbers.
yes.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying, Your Honor. He just throws out random numbers, and I honestly think he's just a crook. So.
Well,
I think he's been hitting the head too many times, Your Honor.
never heard of this airline, but I guess it comes out of Miami.
I never heard of it either. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. He's just like a janky.
Well, it's
promoter.
real cheap though.
He don't
for all
read
of you all.
contracts and he don't read planes.
So the airfare was $2,655. This doesn't tell me this is what the airfare was. Hotel was $1,128. So you're saying you subtracted all that from his $8,000 purse?
That's right, Your Honor. Plus other expenses such
What
as
other expenses?
Uber rides to and from hotel, to and from airport.
Well, I set the Uber up. He
No.
just sent me like
If you would like to see, Your Honor, I have all
login
the
for it.
Hold on.
receipts.
You called the Uber?
I paid for it.
That's what I'm saying. He sent me a login to get the Uber ride.
Oh,
came out
okay.
of-
So
it came
all
out
right.
of
So you
my
got
money.
it on his card, on his account. So all these rides to and from the.
Not only for him, but also for his family as well. So multiple Uber rides, Uber Blacks.
I just thought we had to ride in style, Your Honor. That's
Yeah,
why.
you did have to ride in style.
Yeah.
But one thing you're going to learn about this game that you're playing and this business that you're in is they give you all that up front, and sometimes they give it to you and pay it, and sometimes they just advance it, and you have to pay it back, and they take it out of your purse.
No, I understand.
So it's not always that they cover it. So you have to make sure that it says that they will pay it. Now, he said he would pay airfare if it was reasonable.
And I don't think it's unreasonable.
To me, the airfare at $333 each from Miami is not an unreasonable fare. So you're not gonna get out of that one because you agreed to pay the airfare reasonable, and that's very reasonable. $333 a person, and you said up to 6 people from Miami per person. That's a very reasonable fare.
Correct, Your Honor. But also, the week of the weigh-in, he was not in Vegas. It was a no-show. He was still in Miami. And I had to immediately pay more for last-minute airline tickets.
How'd you pay for last-minute airline tickets?
Your Honor, I think he's just making stuff up now.
Yeah.
The reason why it took me a while
No, I
to
got
get
the
there.
airline tickets. Where's the pay more for weigh-in? I don't see that.
Well, to pay more for the weigh-in, me having to get him to Vegas because
No.
the week
Where is the pay more for the weigh-in?
for his airline, for the flights.
That's not weigh-in.
For the weigh-in was in Las Vegas. He was still in Miami the week of the weigh-in when he should have been in Las Vegas.
Because the flight you set up it kept delaying because it was such a cheap airline. So that's not on me. And that's what I'm saying. He came to me.
The flight was delaying.
Yes.
But how? If you got there in time for the fight, the day of the fight,
Well, just, like the weigh-in before and everything.
who set up the airline?
I set up the airline.
You chose the airline.
I chose the airline.
And so if the airline was delayed, whose fault is that?
It's the airline's fault. I can't control what the reason why the airline would be delayed.
Which means that he can't control why he was late.
Can't,
you chose
but,
the airline.
But at the same time, he was supposed to be in Las Vegas even
You
before that
chose
happened.
the airline.
Coming up,
As the contract states, Your Honor, it states that the amount of people he's allowed to bring is approved by me.
No, it says up to 6 guests.
you're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Tyree Miller, who is suing Simon Ralph for breach of contract.
Where's this other cost? What about the hotel? The hotel fee doesn't seem to. You said up to 6 people, airline and lodging.
And he didn't argue that either, Your Honor. He agreed to it. So,
It's in the contract stating
$261 for 3 nights.
yeah, he also had me in a hotel.
This
me
doesn't
and my
say per
family.
night. It says 3 nights, so that's not an unreasonable amount. What else? Go on.
As the contract states, Your Honor, it states that the amount of people he's allowed to bring is approved by me.
No, it says up to 6 guests.
Up to 6 guests. I never approved all 6 guests. When I've never had a fighter bring his entire family to a fight, it's usually just a trainer, maybe 2 trainers, and that's it.
You said up to 6 entourage members. If the total cost is in excess of a reasonable threshold, then you deduct. And I am telling you that $331 a night, an airfare per person from Miami to Las Vegas was not an unreasonable fare. And I am also telling you that the cost of the hotel was not unreasonable. So what are you telling me and how do you get to approve by the fighter? And you said trainers, coaches, family, media. And that's who he brought.
It was more than just trainers and coaches. There was people who weren't. He said he has to pay his entourage and people, his trainers, coaches. Those people there that was just simply to be there. His mother asking me for extra money to buy her a new wig. It was all kind of crazy stuff.
Did you do that?
I did do that simply because she was a very good-looking lady.
That was a personal dealing. That
But
didn't have anything.
that's between you and her, right?
Coming up,
The hotel is not that far from the airport, Your Honor. $97, that's very unreasonable.
Your ride app fare shows you exactly where he went and shows you what it costs.
you're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Tyree Miller, who is suing Simon Ralph for breach of contract.
So you owe the man.
I need my money. Every cent.
You owe the man. You only paid him $2,000?
Only $2,000.
I agreed to pay it up to an amount of people, but then again, he had way more than 6 people, Your Honor.
I think he was just late on rent.
Way
Your Honor.
more
He
than-
just wanted
way
to save
more
Well,
money.
you see way more than 6 people.
He has how
No,
many
no,
kids
no.
he
I'm not
got?
talking about the people that came on their own to watch the fights because they were coming from Miami.
The people that he brought with him, his entourage, his media, his family, that was way more than 6
How
people.
many
Your
people
Honor.
are you asking him to pay for?
I believe I only had 7 people, including myself, total. So that
He
was a
has
part of it. I was
multiple.
with
He had
him.
multiple kids, Your Honor. His mother, his.
Okay, we're going to do 6 people. We're going to do your airfare for 6 people, 331 times 6. I'm going to round it off because it was an odd number. 332 times 6, multiple airfare. That's $1,992, 6. It says up to 6 members. Nope, it says fighter plus 6. No, that's all of it. He had 7, him, including himself.
Exactly.
That's all of it. Did say, you said fighter plus 6.
That's
You
what he
said family. If family includes children. If he got children, what's the problem? Family. If you wanted to say adults over the age of 18, that's what you should have said. Or if you wanted to say grown, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, that's what you should have said. You said family. That was family. Trainers, coaches. You said up to 6 people. You didn't think that through when you said up to 6 people plus himself.
The hotel's not that far from the airport, Your Honor. $97. That's very unreasonable.
Your ride app fare shows you exactly where he went and shows you what it costs. And that's what you presented to me.
Judge Mablean's verdict when Justice with Judge Mablean returns. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
As a promoter, you were specific about certain things, but got a little sloppy about other things. So now you got to eat some of that. So you owe the man the difference between the fares. I'm gonna do it quickly. I can do it. $80 for one trip. I'm rounding off. I'm telling you now. Boy, I remember the time I could do this in my head and I never would have to use a pen. But life brings about a change. Well, what did he pay you, $2,000?
Only $2,000, Your Honor.
So judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,669. That's the order of the court. And court's adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All rise.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $4,669.
I'm still rich and you going back to stepping in dog duty in your backyard fights.
As long as I get my money, man. Next time, pay me or I'm gonna knock you out myself.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.